Okay, so wait a second. This is after a some changes have been made. Specifically, changes involving the change in focus to get a lot more EXP to level up faster. Because at this point in time, need to level up faster in order to join the or because of the fact that I spoke with the person whom or from the guild that I basically joined at this point in time in the video. I mean, when I was recording this. This is still like a month or two ago at this point. Probably just a month ago. But either way, changes have been made to the focus of the base, basically. Which means that from this point onward, things are going to be a bit different, maybe? I don't really know. Huh. Always wondered what they tasted like. Let's go talk to Taos. I hear he knows everything about sandworms. So this is also going to be a longer one because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this. You seek the sandworm? You are brave, Morgan. Fear your sandworms can smell it, and the scent drives them into a frenzy. Show fear in their feeding grounds, and they will seek you out. Fear, huh? I have an idea, Perkins. You love your nation, son? I do, sir. That's good to know. You can prove it by standing there in the test dummies. So, Perkins is not going to have a good day here, basically. At least that's what I am gathering. So we're about to do the thing where we basically just scare the shit out of him or something like that. To the point that he obviously just doesn't, you know. Yeah, exactly. Where are the worms? Oh god, I can feel them moving underground. That makes sense. Must be why there are so many of them. Let's catch one. Okay, so fear is the noisy killer. So we reload the sandworm. No, not. We reload the raider place to spawn the sandworm encounters. Because that's part of the way things go. Yeah. And because it's part of the way things go, it shouldn't be too big of a problem or something. I don't know, it might be. It might be. Actually, I don't know. Well, either way. That has brought about the end of that. Some more sandworms. Sandworms are actually pretty pretty bad, honestly. Like they're not something that you'd wanna be interacting with for the most part, just because of the fact that they, you know, basically the result of sandworms is that you don't want to be gotten by them. You don't want them to get you. You don't want them to be around you. Either way, sandworms. Not the best, not the worst, not the greatest, but also not too bad, I guess. Well, not too bad until they actually end up being really bad. Because, there is some points in time when you realize that they probably are pretty bad. That's sort of when you gotta just take it in stride, I guess. The poison is the real, or the poison or the acid is the real issue there, in my opinion, because of the fact that it's like, you know, extra bad type thing. But aside from poison, not too. They do have their burrow attack on some of them that just burrows to any target. Yeah, I think sandworms are pretty bad actually. That's what I'll go with. Is that sandworms are pretty bad. Should have thought of that. Note to self, never hunt on an empty stomach. And here, you have earned this fear charm our hunters use. The worms will seek the one who wears it. Well, if the worms want the one that wears it, then I guess it's probably pretty good to have, right? So Floyd is very into the idea of eating sandworms. In case that wasn't, you know, perfectly obvious. Oh, we gotta reinforce the city of Marin. Oh, this is the Siege of Marin. Look at that. Or Marin, whatever it's called. Either way, this is a really good mission that gets a whole bunch of units that wouldn't have had before. Into into the unit roster. I mean, if they survive the battle, of course, but you know, I imagine that they will survive the battle. I mean, that's what I hope, anyways. Can't know for certain until we actually get the stuff going, of course. But the critical, what's it called? With the critical usage of the soldiers, we can definitely make use of the ability to bring about gain of units without losing them. That's what I'm trying to say there. Yeah. That is what I'm trying to say, I believe. So it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, if anything, it should be pretty good. Artillery, though, is not a very good unit. And there's the rebels. They have access to the unit that costs the 99 Madrona points, which is kind of not fair, you know. Since, you know, really want to get the or I'd really like to get that unit, but you know, can't. Presumably because you know, no way to earn said points yet, but still. But nonetheless. Sharpshooter is pretty good to have. Or it's useful at this point, but wish it had a little bit better of range. Because range is a very... Dang. The Humvee there is definitely surviving pretty well. There's a lot of rebel encounters to clear out for this, which is part of why this is such a longer, this is a, you know, longer one, like it is, but, you know. Yeah. Of course, using the soldiers will obviously prove to be better results than using the other artillery type style units. So at least this like artillery, the light artillery or whatever it is, it's very not. It's pretty bad, honestly. And because it's pretty bad, and you know, you can get the soldier way before it. Yeah. I don't know. Most of these encounters are pretty, Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be saying now. I mean, all that remains is to simply speak. Because this is a lot longer of a... This is actually a very long one, if I'm gonna be honest. And because it's so long, there is the chance to have it not be super, what's it called? Great. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Whether or not the intent behind the words is actually getting through there. Bazooka Squad. Is that a new unit for this? Because Bazooka Squad is actually pretty good. Or at least that's what I'd say, is the Bazooka Squad is like very good. Should be able to, yeah, does like hundreds of damage. Okay, let's see. So that'll do that. Oh, the light tank is chugging away with its damage there. Luckily, the Bazooka Squad is just the unit to completely miss and do no damage. Which is, you know, always a fun time, right? Always a fun time. Okay, gear, scout bike, Bazooka Squad. Forward ranks, advance, and secure that intersection. We gotta move before they have time to group up. Survivors from the other... You heard him, Captain. I'll never have another chance like this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out all the extra encounters. In order to get the... What's it called? To get the extra units to use. 19 damage, it's not super great. $56 damage. Gun trucks are pretty good to have too. And the Bazooka Squads and gun trucks are basically the same thing, except one of them is a vehicle and one of them's an infantry. And the infantry one costs nanopods while having twice the HP. So, you know, it's kind of the way that things are. Okay, bars, bunch of extra units. Bunch of extra units. Commando is he's an okay unit. Not a unit that I like, honestly. Probably because of the fact that it's completely nanopod dependent and also requires something else too, so you know, that's how it goes. He also takes a lot of damage from units. mean, I guess he does do his decent damage, but... Huh. Huh. Let's see. I don't think that's gonna... Yeah, that actually does it. That guy survived 1 HP, didn't he? So the sharpshooters can shoot over the tanks. But tanks can also take out the sharpshooters without too much issue. Okay, it's time for General Ash. Now this guy is the big boss of... and that is not a reference to Metal Gear Solid, but he is the big boss of the Raiders, presumably because he's, you know, general of them. Well, not the Raiders, of the Rebels. Got a lot of units here on this board. So probably not gonna make it out of this without losses. But can always try. Trying is always a good thing, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, the soldiers can take out some of the heavy hitters from the back, specifically the gun truck. So the gun truck is the big threat right here, I'd say. Looks like we're going to take out the sniper. And presumably... no one can... well, presumably General Ash won't be getting to the front row in order to actually shoot his guns. His guns are, in fact... only one range, as far as I remember. At least that's what I'm trying to say here. If it's actually going to be of any real importance. But so long as it is. Let's see, no losses. Bunch of 198 SP. That's a lot of SP for such an early battle. We've actually achieved our goal. Let the Empire have the ruins of their city. All troops disengage. We did it! We delivered this. Honestly, sir, I'm pretty sure if Ash knew we were there... Yeah. If Ash knew we were here, we would not have gotten the jump on him. Think I'll get lots of medals, or just one up for being a war hero? So, that is the end of the Siege of Marin. The Siege of Marin is a pretty... Oh, look at that, we got triple brawlers. Brawlers are actually pretty durable too. Unfortunately for us. But I don't think we should have too much issue with this encounter. Well, unless they take out the tanks. But taking out the tanks shouldn't be too I think we got it. I think we got it. Not much left to be Yep. No losses. No losses is always pretty good, especially when you're doing a deathless / no healing of units. Because that's just kind of the way it works. Okay, gun trucks, mini tanks. Gun trucks are going to be pretty much one of the best units to have for about however long it takes to get to the tank killer. Got a lot of resources offline, but let's see. Don't need wood. Might need iron. Stone. Yeah, that should be a decent balance on things. Don't have the lumber to upgrade the coal plant. Let's see, concrete, lumber. So, I do believe there is let's see, ranger. I don't know exactly what is being done currently here. Gotta build, oh, yeah, it's time to go spend time slowly attempting to dismantle the Sarin base defense. Because we've got the gun trucks to do it now. Okay, I'm gonna put so we got the gun trucks. I think it might be good to put the bazooka guy down here too, but that depends on what the person currently playing decides to do. Which is to not put the bazooka down and instead focus on taking out the tower without 3 bazookas or whatever. The tower will go down pretty well here, I should think. Shouldn't prove to be too big of an issue, is what I'm trying to say. yeah, the soldiers definitely take care of things. And because the soldiers can take care of things, you shouldn't really need to worry too much about them. 32. It's not a very good hit from the gun truck, but I suppose that's because it's not shooting at something that is stationary like a tower. Stationary or low speed, low dodge units are way better at what's it called? Way better at not taking damage from the gun trucks, because the gun trucks are, after all, very much the yeah. Either way, down to almost the end of this specific tower. And that mini-tank is just about dead. I think it's gonna be completely lost unless the RNG decides to not let anyone get in. So, wonder which it'll be. And there goes the RNG deciding to hit it. As to be expected, realistically though. Because I mean it is it is this game. This game does like to do that. Oh, Sarin is talking. So there are some among you who are not mewling cowards. I welcome your courage, even as I sneer. Man, talk about overcompensating. You know, in the Empire, snipers are actually a pretty prestigious group. Maybe you guys are just looking at it wrong. Silence. My status doesn't concern you. Outcasts must make atonement in their own way. You wouldn't understand. So Sarin is not super happy about being an outcast, I guess. But, you know, we can't? I didn't know bullets didn't work against some raiders. You just have to figure out, oh, what am I talking about? Sarin makes his own bullets at this outpost, so we gotta attack his coal nodes. Okay. So Sarin is pretty... not too bad to deal with, honestly. Without the gun towers being a thing, because the gun towers are the real enemy of this of his base on or whatever. Probably because, you know, they have 600 health and do hundreds of damage. And we're not quite to the point of taking them out without issues yet. I mean, the gun trucks and the bazooka guy probably help out quite a lot, but... Oh, I think that's why I'm not using the bazooka guy at this point. I was probably thinking something along the lines of, well, the bazooka guy is a nanopod unit, and I don't want to be blah blah blah, or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think at this current point, the whole idea is to not yeah. The whole idea is to not be having such things. What am I even saying? If I knew, I would be very good at knowing what I'm doing, but I do not, so yeah. So it's not much going on here, just literally waiting to take out the yeah. Just waiting to take out the coal nodes until the quest is complete. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's give us the final coal. That might be the final coal node that I need. That might be. It's probably not. I don't really know. So TNT guy hits Wimp. We get rid of that guy with the tank. Now the other guy with another critical hit for some reason. Got a lot of critical hits there, I guess. Well, anyways, I'm thinking that it's nearly the time to So I think that's the last coal node. Yeah, that was. So your cowardly Imperials refused to face me directly. Pretty tough talk coming from an outcast. Silence! You have no concept of our respect for our way of life. Let that be a fact. Blah blah blah. We're all doomed. We've heard this song and dance before, Sarin. You want to take us on? I gotta admit, Morgan can be pretty tough if he cares enough. Okay, factory. So we just got word that Sarin has stockpiled weapons at his outpost. He's getting a constant. If Sarin gets that many weapons, he could outlast us. We have to stop him before he becomes a bigger threat. I agree, but something isn't right. Other than our enemy giving a huge advantage over us, even if your paranoia is right. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to go attack the. We have to fight the guards first. It looks like. Oh, they got 2 more watchtowers in placed on this. Man, magic, right? the type of magic that spawns in extra watchtowers when you least expect it. Luckily, this isn't the type of magic that spawns in the powerful watchtowers, it's just the type of magic that spawns in the weak watchtowers. Which, you know, is still pretty bad, because of what they are. But just rocket away, and hopefully everything will work out. I mean, it tends to work out. Do decently and well enough. Oh, wow. That is very much almost killing the gun truck. That might be the end of the gun truck soon. Yeah, I think that'll burn. Yep. Sarin burns, and then we gotta. That's a very lucky gun truck, honestly. Yeah. Oh, we gotta attack the storehouse anyways, even though everything was supposedly fine beforehand, but you know, such is the way of things. Even took out Sarin on the last fight, but you know, he's one of those guys who, no matter how many times you actually take him out, he'll still keep showing up again. Because that's the way it works for villains like that. Basically what I'm trying to say. I don't get you, raiders. We just kicked your butt, and you're still, as far as I can tell, swine. I smile because you ignorant Imperials didn't even notice my men surrounded you. Huh. So they did. Morgan, you have to escape. I'll cover you. There will be no cowardly flight today. Both of you will be imprisoned while I negotiate with your outpost for your release. In the meantime, wallow in your futility. Floyd, is it true? I'm afraid so. Ramsey and Morgan have been captured by Sarin. He's demanding our complete withdrawal from the frontier. Captain, of course we are. The captain would never let. Oh my gosh, I cannot keep up with reading this. Probably because it's like not. Okay, so the issue here is that it's going to be a sturdy watchtower. And because it's going to be a sturdy watchtower, there's not going to be much in the way of yeah, exactly. But as long as the watchtower doesn't actually attack, everything will work out pretty fine. But if it gets to attack, then that might be, you know, basically the end of things. that's the end of that. Fortunately, we lost the gun truck, meaning we might not be. Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be much more. Yeah, I'm not. Without the gun truck, no real way to be fighting the Watchtower, because it's just that powerful, basically. Train more gun trucks, but we need the gun foundry for that. And I'm not sure if we can afford it just yet. Well, next time, hopefully. Just lacking on the iron to build it with. Yeah, turning on all the iron mines.